Guys, I'm going back to another brand new video. I know this seems kind of soon to make another prediction video, but we're just going to go ahead. I'll explain it for you. Basically, what's going on is that this time they're having Super Week with the big storm they had in Texas with all the snow. That's where the majority of the Call of Duty pros are, and none of them had power really, and really a lot of them wouldn't have been able to play, including whole teams wouldn't have been able to play. So basically what they did was they postponed this week's games and smashed them all into 1 week, Super Week, as you can see, Monday through Sunday. So the first half of your screen you're seeing on your left is the predictions I had for week 2 that I made in my previous prediction video. And the right half of your screen is the games that I haven't yet predicted. Those are supposed to be the week 3 games. So if you want to go over why I picked the picks I did for week 2, they're in my previous video. I'll run them over real quick. I took LA over Florida. I took Atlanta over Toronto. I took Florida over Paris. I took New York over London, Minnesota over Seattle, Empire over London, LA over Seattle, and Optic over Toronto, Minnesota over New York, Optic over LA, and then Atlanta over Florida. If you want to see my in-depth reasoning why I picked those teams, make sure to go and check out my week 2 prediction video. But for this one, we're strictly going to cover the right half of your screen. So with that being explained, let's get right into it. Alright, let's jump into the first match on Friday, which is the LA Thieves versus the London Royal Ravens. Honestly, with this, I just feel like LA and London are kind of just two different categories. LA looked great their week 1. They went 2-0, and they made it look pretty decisive, especially over a good team like Minnesota, where Minnesota went on and beat Dallas. So I'm definitely taking LA. I'm going to take LA and probably a 3-0 actually. This next game, Toronto Ultra Paris Legion, I think this is a very interesting matchup. This is one where you can flip a coin and you really don't know where you're going to get. Like I said, I can't base anything off my week 2 predictions because I haven't played those games yet, so these are kind of hard. But you know, Toronto looked great in their week 1. Paris was kind of all over the place. I didn't really know what they were doing. Toronto's definitely going to be feeling good after their upset win over Florida. So I'm definitely going to take Ultra here. Probably close, though. I'm probably going to take them in like a 3-1 or a 3-2, but I'm going Toronto. Next matchup, we got Dallas and New York. A lot of people are kind of counting New York out because they got 3-0'd by, I believe it was LA. But if you watch that series, you would notice that every single map was insanely close. You could have done the same matches a different day and New York could have came out on top. I don't think it's going to matter here when they play Dallas. I think Dallas is still going to win. I still think they're the better team, but I don't think it'll be as much of a roller as other people will. I'm going to take Dallas on a 3-1, but I think the maps are going to be a lot closer than people think. Alright, and then Atlanta and Paris, this should be one of the easier matches. Once again, just two teams on two different skill levels. It's just really hard for me to bet on Paris to beat a team, especially a team like Atlanta, when Paris hasn't won a game yet. So I'm just going to go Atlanta 3-0, and I really don't see how it could be any different. I mean, Paris might be able to sneak in S&D, but I mean, it's too hard for me to bet against that, so I'm just going to go Atlanta 3-0. Alright, and then we have Minnesota Rocker, London Royal Ravens. I think this is a better matchup for London. I don't think it quantifies a win. I really like how Minnesota's looking right now. After the two teams that they played, coming out 1-1 out of that week is a major success. So I'm definitely going to take Minnesota. I might take them in a 3-0 here. London lost to Seattle, and I don't really know how I feel about, I love that Seattle won, but I mean, it was a close one, and they dropped both S&Ds, and I don't really think you can do that, especially against a team like Minnesota. So I'm going to take Minnesota actually in a 3-0 over London. Toronto Ultra versus the Gorillas. You know, I'm high on Toronto Ultra, but I like the Gorillas in this one. That may be, I don't know if that's an upset or not. Probably depends on who you ask. The two purple teams, they're going at it. I like LA. I'm gonna say in a 3-2. I think it's gonna be really good. I think these two teams are very evenly matched. It might be one of the most evenly matched games of the entire weekend. But I'm gonna go LA, probably 3-2 over Toronto. Now, here we go. Sunday match, Subliners, New York, Surge, Seattle. I think New York's going to have their head high. Yes, they got 3-0, blah, 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 blah. Seattle's got to have their head high. I mean, they ended their week 1-1. They played Dallas, they lost. I mean, shocker. Dallas is really good. They played London, they got the first win. I think for Seattle, it's going to be huge that they can get wins early on in the season and kind of try and snowball effect that into a nice first half of the season, because last year it just didn't start off hot and they never picked up any steam and it just never went anywhere. I think Seattle is going to come out and they're going to make sure that they win this game, because this is a huge game for them, and I don't think they're going to beat LA earlier in the week, and I don't think they're going to beat Minnesota either. So this is going to be a huge game for them that they have to win to keep yourself at that 500 par level. So I think, or just below 500, I think if they win that, they'll be 2-3. And they've had some tough competition, so this is one they have to win. This is the difference between 1-4 and 2-3. So I gotta take Seattle. I'm gonna say in a 3-1 or a 3-2, but I know they need it, and I think they'll find a way to win. All right, up to Chicago, Florida Mutineers. Florida looked pretty bad on their first week. They got upset pretty handedly by Toronto, 3-1, and that was the only match. And who else they play? They play LA this week. They play Florida. They play LA and they play Paris. Those are somewhat easier matchups. I think they win one of those, but they don't win this one. I think Optic wins this one probably 3-0 and kind of swifts through the week. I mean, Optic isn't playing the most competition this week, so I think they're going to kind of just bruise through it and move on. But I'm going to take Optic in a 3-0 here. Last matchup of the week, Sunday, Dallas Empire, LA Thieves. This is going to be an amazing matchup. I think most people are taking Dallas here, and I'm going to take LA. Dallas, they got kind of tripped up by Minnesota, and I know they're going to come out and they're going to be, making sure they're ready and make sure they're going to win their games, of course. And LA's 2-0. I just think people are putting a little bit too much stock in Dallas, and I don't think people are giving LA enough praise. So I do think LA is a bit of an underdog, and I love that. I will take that 100% of the time. I'm going to take LA in a big one. I'm going to say 3-1. I don't even think it's going to go map 5. I think LA is going to win this one 3-1. They're going to shut them out, and they're going to be like 4-0, 5-0 going into the first major, which is going to be amazing for them. I predict they'll be a #1 seed. But I think that's going to be my upset of the week, is actually going to take LA here. I think it's a huge game for them, and I think they're going to come out on top. All right, and here are my pick'ems that I'm going to submit right here for everybody. Like I said, guys, if you want to sign up, I have my own league you can join, and you can make your own predictions and play with me and my friends in the leaderboard. You're always welcome to do that. If you guys want to, make sure you guys go ahead and you just make an account, go ahead and log in, go to leaderboards, and you can hit join leaderboard, and you could type in our ID, which is please play, and our password, which is 1234, and you can go ahead and play alongside us, and it's just a good time, just some bragging rights and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know your predictions if you do this as well. Either join my league or drop in the comments if you have any questions about this kind of stuff. I can always help you guys out to the best of my ability. But anyways, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more of me, make sure to follow my Twitter down below. I think my Twitch is also down there, but yeah, whatever. Mainly Twitter. If you want more of me, follow my Twitter. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.